I'm Joe Bob Briggs, and it's sleazy 70s time here at Guilty Pleasures. Remember those movies from the 70s when the nastiness just kind of dripped off the screen and got all over your shoes? There were two places filmmakers would go to get down and dirty. One was Times Square in its heyday. God, I miss it. When every theater was showing live sex act or 3 kung fu hits. I always thought you could make a lot of money by putting up a marquee that said live kung fu sex act or 3 live sex acts. Did you ever see those things? They would oil up their bodies and get in this circus net that was, well, we won't go there. And the second place that filmmakers would go to get down and dirty was Hollywood, specifically Hollywood Boulevard and Sunset Boulevard, where there was a hooker on every block and a peep show around every corner, and they still had those XXX movie theaters where guys in raincoats would hang around like sex zombies. They used to call them guys with Iranian tendencies, meaning they were getting so tired from being swingers or paying for sex that their skin was starting to go all mushy, and for some reason they called that Iranian tendencies. No offense to all our Iranian friends out there. I'm not sure exactly what they meant by that. At any rate, into this world of sex for sale enters our old friend, the zany director Ray Dennis Steckler, best known for his masterpiece, The Incredibly Strange Creatures Who Stopped Living and Became Mixed Up Zombies. And Ray came up with a script about a guy who had spent too much time shelling out money to, quote, photographers' models, unquote, hookers, and he'd been burned a lot and he had Iranian tendencies, and so he turns psycho and starts strangling the meat market girls. The result is the Hollywood Strangler meets the Skid Row Slasher, which comes fairly late in the Steckler career when he'd become a minimalist. In other words, a cheap bastard. Did I say that? No, he didn't like to spend money on things like microphones. And so he shot the movie as a silent film and then put in voiceovers and dubbed dialogue later when his distributors said, Ray, please. Rudolph Valentino died in 1926, okay? Ray made this movie for a budget estimated in the low 4 digits. He's the kind of guy who's been on a quest his whole life to figure out some way to make movies without spending money on stuff like, you know, film and cameras. Here at Guilty Pleasures, we consider him a god. I'll be with you on the commentary track with my usual play-by-play, but meanwhile, let's take a look at those official drive-in totals. We have 14 breasts, 15 dead bodies, multiple hoe strangulation, multiple wino stabbing, prostitute pillow suffocation, throat slitting, neck evisceration, excellent Hollywood Boulevard hooker montage, pigeon petting, imaginative use of a jacuzzi as murder weapon, gratuitous swingers club roller skating sequence, bikini foo, bouffant foo, Drive-In Academy Award nominations for Pierre Agostino in the title role for giving it that extra little creepy touch by wearing cowboy shirts with pearl snap pockets, Carolyn Brandt as the mild-mannered used bookstore owner in the porno district who likes to run on the beach when she's not staring vacantly into space, and of course Ray Dennis Steckler, the main man, for making a silent movie in 1979 and getting away with it. Joe Bob says check it out, and remember, never tease the psycho.